I'm Velma Garnes. This is episode 30. I'm renaming them as episodes. For some reason, I just like it better. It's just a Velma thing right now. That's all I have to say about that. So maybe someday I'll figure out why I'm renaming these episodes. But this is episode 30 of 365 episodes. And today I want to talk about why your mornings are really, really important. And if you are cringing right now because you're not a morning person, just have no fear, because I used to not be a morning person either. And there's actually lots of research behind this, and how people who wake up earlier are so much more confident and successful. And if you work a third shift job, have no fear. Things can still work out for you. But there's lots of research that support the reason why you should wake up early, and I want to spend an entire week telling you why you should wake up early, or why mornings should become part of who you are. Now, I used to be a night owl kind of person, and I had every reason to justify why I should be a night owl. I was more creative, and I could do all these different things, and people just don't understand the night owl people. I had all these different reasons, and for some reason I had to shift it over into becoming a morning person, because most of my clients wanted to be seen really early in the morning, and most of those people were extremely successful. So I started putting two and two together, and I didn't do the research back then. I just did it because I had to do it, and that's where most of the money was early in the morning, because all these successful people wanted me to train them really early in the morning. So I just kind of followed suit. And then when I would wake up early in the morning, I just felt like it was the secret. I was getting up earlier than ever. Before I would hear cars on the street, I was getting up so much earlier, and I just felt like I'm one of these people, I get really anxious easily. I get overwhelmed easily. So I have to plan. For me to not be so anxious, I plan everything. I try to plan everything. I used to be a control freak, but not so much anymore. So essentially, me doing these videos is a really big deal, because I have no control about what's going to happen on a live video. For instance, me forgetting to record the last one or save it. But so it's just one of those things where you have to sort of experience for yourself. So getting up early in the morning, there's so much research. And here's how I started. I come from a family of 10 kids, and my mom would get up so early in the morning, and I used to wonder, man, why doesn't she sleep in? Because there's so many of us. And I am number 9. If you're going from oldest to youngest, I'm number 9. So there's one that's actually younger than I am. But my mom would always be up early, earlier than the rest of us. And she would always, be sitting in her special chair. And that's what we would call it. She'd be sitting in her special chair, and she'd have her cup of coffee. But at the time, I didn't realize it. But now I just look back and I see that she was meditating. She was getting up to sort of get her mind together before she could deal with the day, because there were so many of us. Now, to bring it back to present day, I noticed, just me getting up early in the morning, just spending that extra time with ourselves, I think is so important. And I think there's a lot of things that we miss. I think a lot. I'm going to try and stop right now. But when you are getting up early in the morning, it's easier to not feel like the day is running you, or being dragged into your day by your nostrils. It's so much easier to take the time, and all the meditation that we talked about, earlier last week. Oh my God, it's been that fast. But when you sit there and take the time, and you can sort of meditate and just own the day, rather than having the day own you. Now, let me tell you about a little bit of research that I found out. I'm going to look at my cheat sheet notes, but it just kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day. You just feel like a winner when you wake up earlier. And it's not a feeling that I can explain to you, because it's something that you have to sort of experiment with for yourself. Even if it's just an extra 5 minutes, it's easier to get your mind on right than to feel like you're being pulled through the day over and over again. It's easy to be proactive rather than reactive, because you can take a little bit more time to sort of breathe it out and figure out, what is it that I need to do? What's the next thing I need to do? And you can start with a lot less overwhelm, and that's a really big one for me, as I don't like waking up like with nanoseconds to be able to either get into the car, go somewhere, or do whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing. I just find it easier to be a lot less overwhelmed if I am taking control of my day. And you can also fit in that meditation that we've been talking so much about. And speaking of which, meditation, I am doing a 5-day meditation challenge. You're welcome to join me. Please respond to this, like in the messages here. Thank you, Richard, for showing up yet again. Hi, Jenna, for showing up yet again. I'm so sorry I'm redoing this, but thank you guys so much for being here. I am re-waving at you. And just thank you. I really do appreciate it. But I'm doing a 5-day meditation challenge. I'm going to be pumping this. I'm adding you to my meditation list, and you're also going to be added to my actual list. But you can remove yourself from my list if getting too many emails is driving you crazy. I don't want to bother anybody that doesn't want to be bothered with me. And I'm really big on that whole thing. So I take care of your email address. I don't really share it with anyone else. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. But I do try to make sure I have something important to say if I'm going to be bothering you, because I do send out weekly emails. So just to let you know that that's what's happening when you dump yourself onto my list, okay? Just want to be transparent about that whole thing. I think I've covered everything. My cheat sheet notes. Yeah, that's it. So thank you so much, guys. Even if you're watching the replay to this, I really do appreciate you. I'm going to try and save this and get it right this time. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow again at 8 a.m. with another video. Day 31. Thank you, guys.